Hot takes on the table, thick skin, sharpen the jaw. Cut through all the chatter, get marrow, not the gristle at all. Beef and bullets, here we go. Truth bombs dropping, watch them blow. Landmines laid in every quote. Stepping, mind quote. Beef and bullets, say it loud.
Party people, what's good? This your boy Cope, Beef and Bullets Podcast. Listen, I want to take time out to say thank you to all those who have been supporting the channel, those who have been sharing content. Listen, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, I'm on YouTube. Listen, if I haven't hit it yet, I'm coming right down your content alley. You don't want to miss it. Again, thank you in advance. Like, share, subscribe. Get involved with the movement. This your boy Cope. Out. What's up, people? Pull my spectacles off. What's up, man? Sitting out in my back, participating in a nice cigar, a nice, refreshing and relaxing drink. And I had a thought that I'd like to share that I believe it's probably more pressing on people's mind than many would like to admit. Nevertheless, I believe it's still at the forefront of a lot of people's mind. And it is, how did we come to the conclusion that we have a lot of time in life to do the things that we aspire to do, that we're good at, and maybe we've had some opportunity to exhibit and showcase those talents, gifts, and things. How did that translate into a guarantee that we're going to be here for a specified amount of time? I believe that sometimes we're sitting on ideas, we're sitting on truths, and we're sitting on different things that we know to be genuine and of value, because we've been deceived to believe that we have a lot of time in this life to hone in and find the opportunities to live, share, or express those ideas to the world. But none of us have a patent on life or the span of time that we have to live this thing called life, where we can feel like we're in the driver's seat to dictate when we get to those things, whether it be forgiveness for something that we may have experienced in the past, that we see the offender more times than not, whether it be pursuing our dreams, whether it be degrees, education, whether it be a career path, or whatever it may be. Who gave us this notion that we have plenty of time, there'll be plenty of time to get to that? Who told us that? So, because there is no patent on life, how much time we're granted to live in this life, no man knows when his expiration date will come upon us. Who told us that we can drag our feet for things that we have been gifted and given that could bring about change in this world, whether it be to us uniquely first and then forecast it to the world, or whether it's something that you are simply a vessel to be able to communicate to people that you have been granted a certain level of influence that when you say it, when you do it, when you share it, it hits a place in them that nobody else could say it or do it or share it, and it reaches the spot like you. Um, who told us that we got all this time to be playing around and missing those assignments? I feel like I'm in a place in life now where I'm not under duress or pressure to do anything specifically in life, except for I feel like there's a mandate on my life to help people come to a place where they reason and think about the things that they do, the things that they have been taught, everything that pertains to their life up to this point. I feel like there's a mandate on my life also to help people do an assessment of how far they've come with how much they have been given or shared to come full circle with their life. Most people have chosen um, a a belief path, a belief system that they've committed to, and few people, though, even after committing to a specific or particular belief path or belief system, very few people really get vested in what they say they believe enough where they'll indulge their whole being, resource, time, talents, and different things that they didn't originate themselves, but they were given since birth, and they've always had a particular wrestle, if you will, a wrestle or an unction or a desire or a pulling about those specific areas in their life that for whatever reason they didn't understand where and why. They knew they knew the what, but they didn't know the why. And so because we've been deceived into believing that we have a lot of time to figure it out, we put those things of significant value and importance on the back burner because we just believe that we have this unspoken monopoly on when our expiration date is going to come. So therefore, it's not as important to us as some things are. And so, the question then continues to float around with who gave us this notion that we got all this time left, or this time before us, plenty of time to get to that. I'm of the opinion that when something is burning in your conscience or on the back of your mind, whether it be spiritual related, whether it be social related, whether it be development related, whatever that is for you, I believe that you should start taking that not with a grain of salt, but with a grain of seriousness, because nobody has been put on this earth to just kill time, have fun, and then expire. Each person that has been born or have been privileged to come into this realm, no matter how difficult, no matter how easy it may have been up to this point, there is a specific reason why we're here and why the things that have been that we may have experienced in our past have not taken us out, have not overcome us, and there may have even been times where we bent but didn't break. I believe that each person individually as well as uniformly have some things that we have to share with other people. Some of them are verbal, uh, some of them are physical, and some of them are, believe it or not, are revealed through how you live your life for you. But we got to be about our business. And what I mean about that is we got to get to a place where we understand that even uh, our life, as minor or major as it may be, it still has an imposing effect on other people. And so when we start understanding that, we'll stop dragging our feet on things um, um, that we should be doing or engaging our time, talent, and our resources toward in this life. Um, and again, that doesn't matter whatever your religious or spiritual connotation is. Um, I believe that we should take those things very, very seriously, because overall, that is the reason why you, specifically you, were born into this dimension of this thing that we call life. So, with that being said, what is it that you've done or are doing that is bigger than the individual scheme pertaining to you in your life? And it's not that you have to uh, go out of your way to do things or to say things or to participate in things. But at the same time, though, there's a level of mindfulness that I believe that we should be walking in as it relates to life, because no matter how many material items or things that you buy or possess, those things will never bring you full circle to the reason why you're here. Yes, pleasurable they may be. Yes, fun they may be. Yes, to some, it may give off a perception about you. Yes, that may be. However, none of those things will ever get you to the place that you begin to break open and be the version of you that you were supposed to be when you came. Um, Coming from um, some religious and spiritual experiences in my life. I've been in different capacities in life. I've been in life where I've devoted a certain number of years to studying and research religious and spiritual ideas and principles. I've lived reckless and done a lot of uh, uh, criminal things in my past. But nevertheless, even during those times, I understood and I understand to this day that we each have a mandate, if you want to call it that, a mandate on our life to reach the pinnacle of the reason why we're here. So many times we miss that because sometimes life is busy, life is fast, and if you're not careful, you'll miss life living in a deception. Um, Me personally, I'm of the opinion that I don't believe that there's necessary an absolute good or an absolute bad. It is it is how it specifically ties into why you're here. In other words, there are different things that we may have a conviction about that other people don't share that conviction, and that's okay. That doesn't make anybody right nor wrong. But for your life, there are things that I may be at liberty with that's not great for you, and the vice versa. There may be things that you are at liberty with that are not okay with me, and that's okay, because uniformly and corporately, when we begin to align those things, our differences, believe it or not, we become a whole unit. But in order for us to become a whole unit, each person, you and I individually, have to be on our game, have to be on our mark. We have to be on our space. We have to be on our occupancy to be and to be evolving, continually evolving to the person that we were assigned to be here in the beginning. I believe that any day above dirt, my grandfather used to say, any day above dirt, make it work. And that is a it seems like a simple and funny saying, but it's the truth. If you are still here, then guess what that means? That means that you're still of value. That means you still have something to offer and bring to the table for discussion. Whether that be a verbal discussion or whether that be an observant discussion, nevertheless, we each have something that we have to bring. And sometimes the trip up is, and I know a lot of people probably have been waiting for me to touch on this particular subject. A lot of that is because there are religious or spiritual belief paths, different ones that mislead and isolate. They isolate us, and they appear to communicate a superior inferior tone. And so when we do that, whenever we buy into that, those dogmas or those different types of belief systems that are warped and misconstrued, when we buy into those things, we literally delay the time on our life to be and become who we were supposed to be. So I'm of the mindset that it doesn't matter what your belief path, religious system is, how are you becoming? How much time are you devoting to, number one, getting acclimated with yourself, and number two, being acclimated in your participation in the overall scheme in this world? That is very important, because your quality of life, no matter how much money you have, no matter how many open doors or accesses that you appear to have, and unless you are fulfilling the specific reason that you came into this realm, you're failing. And here's the thing, and I hope this don't offend people, but this is it. You are not here just to quote unquote worship any God or any creator. That is not why you are here. You are here specifically to put on a demonstration of a higher manifestation, a higher existence. You are the representation in physical form. So no matter what path you say you follow, whether it be Christianity, whether it be Buddhism, whether it be Muslim, whatever those lanes are, whatever those 9 major particular religions and the other smaller religions, whatever that is, you have to be mature enough to be willing to forfeit anything that imposes a superior inferior relationship or interaction with people, and get to a place where you understand that while you are here, you should be willing to and participating in a universal fit. I'm of the mindset that if it's a truth that is echoed in every belief system, then that is an authentic truth. An authentic truth is not favored to a specific platform that will enable its people to stare down the barrel of its nose at other people. But a universal truth is one that is echoed in every belief system without dispute. That is a universal truth, and believe it or not, that is the truth. So we must be mature enough to get to the place where we seek out universal truth, so that we can not only align with that truth, but we can align with each other. Because guess what? This world is in the place that it's in now because we have each and collectively embraced our own as if it's superior. And so because of that, guess what that causes? That causes chaos, and that causes confusion. The world that we're living in now is in a confused state because there's so many varying of opinions. There's so many varying of teachings. There's so much condescension and not enough uplifting. There's not enough unity. And as long as this world is in that place, I'm telling you, it's going to get more and more wicked. There is a spectrum that I believe on opposing ends are good and evil, on the same prism, on the same spectrum. I also believe that the God and the devil, if you will, are on the same spectrum. It's the same plane. And until you are mature enough to understand that plane and to understand that your role is to be dead centered on that spectrum. When you understand that, you understand that there is no good and there is no evil. There is now and there is. Is a state. There is. And when we come to that place, when we come to that level of maturity, all of a sudden we're going to have a greater participation, a greater collection, and a greater appreciation for each other. When we come to that place, of maturity where we understand that we're one, no matter what path we claim, we are one. When we begin to do that, there's going to be a greater level of respect that's going to begin to show up. There's going to be a greater level of appreciation that's going to begin to show up. And when that happens, there's going to be a greater level of demonstration that this world has never seen. As soon as we get to the place where we understand that we must take out our differences and begin to appreciate the things that we have in common, I'm telling you, life is beginning to take on a different spin. So if you don't hear nothing else I said throughout the duration of this video, take this one point. You ain't got time to be wasting time. Get on your business. Both feet. Whole mind. Whole being. And watch how this thing turns around. This is your boy Cope. Out.
Bombs, landmines to stimulate mind growth. Fork in one hand, facts in the other. Shoot through the hype.